Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live in. Last season, the Minnesota Vikings had a absolutely marvelous regular season, finishing 14-3. Things didn't start off well as prior to the season beginning. First round pick quarterback J.J. McCarthy was injured and ended up missing the entire season. Who had to step up to be their full-time starting quarterback? That would be former draft bust Sam Darnold, except Darnold did not look like a draft bust. Truly had a superb season and was named to the Pro Bowl. The problem is it did not end well for Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. Well, Justin Jefferson recently had an interview with Yahoo Sports. We'll look at the Pro Football Talk article on it. So Justin Jefferson, wild card teams with better records should have home field advantage. So Michael David Smith. So we saw that in last season as the 14-3 Vikings went on the road in the wild card round to take on the 10-7 Rams. So yes, the Vikings with a 4 more wins than the Rams had to go on the road, and as you know, as long as you're a football fan, the Vikings were unable to win that game. So Jefferson, yes, they were the 5 seed. We'll get into why. But he was asked to interview with Yahoo Sports whether wildcard teams with better records should have home field advantage in the playoffs, and he answered yes. With the season that we had last year to go and play away, it definitely was a little different. It definitely needs to go into consideration, something that we need to figure out, because having 14 wins normally doesn't go to play away in the playoffs. I haven't fully researched it, but I can't imagine it being very often that has happened in the opening round of the playoffs, winning at least 14 games, especially because 16 game schedule. I'd be 14-2, not 14-3. But we definitely had the opportunity to play home field that last game in Detroit. But even losing that, we still felt like we should have had home field advantage. But even not having home field advantage is never an excuse. Something we had to deal with, and we wish we would have had home field advantage, but it is what it is. So yeah, I feel like Jefferson probably is getting less sympathy because of the way they went out of the playoffs and because of the way they were not really competitive in that final game of the regular season. As I mentioned, Sam Darnold, excellent season, not so much in those last 2 games. So yes, winner takes all. Final game of the regular season. Winner takes the NFC North. And we see the Detroit Lions easily handled the Vikings by the score of 31-9. The Vikings had went into that game owning a 9-game winning streak. That came to a conclusion. Thus, since the Vikings lost that, had to go on the road for that opening round of the playoffs. And as you see, that wild card round lost to the Los Angeles Rams 27-9. So in the 2 games were outscored 58-18. So truly weren't competitive. And Sam Darnold's QBR in those 2 games, I believe, were 13.9 and 16.1. Of course, we know now that Darnold is on the Seattle Seahawks. The Vikings are going to roll with a now recovered J.J. McCarthy. But what are your thoughts? Does Justin Jefferson speak truth on teams with a better record should have home field advantage over the wild card round? Wild card teams with a better record, should they have home field advantage against a division winner in that opening round of the playoffs? Of course, one of the more famous ones that fans can remember is Marshawn Lynch. I feel like beast mode was kind of born that day. I believe it was in January 2011 when the Saints were on the road against the Seahawks. Seahawks were 7-9. The Saints were 11-5. Seahawks ended up winning that game. Marshawn Lynch had one of the most incredible runs you'll ever see. But yeah, even as an under 500 team, they still had home field advantage. What do you think needs to be done, if anything, regarding what Jefferson was talking about? But anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, and subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.